Hello and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT is here for today's round 2 for the Road to GT7 series continues on in Gran Turismo Sport. Here we are for today. We're going in to be at Suzuka Circuit at the morning time in 16 laps with a grid start with false start check for the Group 3 category, and also with 3 requirement tires will go on the mandatory effect to be on the regulation. Last race at Tokyo Expressway South Interlude for the N300 category to be in the road car. Best vehicles like the Ford GT40 and the Mazda RX-500 is all about doing the best suitable with tuning work to participate to have the 4-round championship event to do the final round in GT Sport until moving on into Gran Turismo 7 on March 4th, 2022. So, it's going to be day 2 on Saturday for the month of February, so I hope you guys are about to go again for having a different category to be in the same car by the recommendation with tuning work. So anyway, for today's Group 3 race will be suitable by using the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 2010, and I'm about to have a brand new U.D.R.S livery will be settled in to do a lot of practice before we will participate to be in the lobby. But also make sure to put up with the balance of performance regulations for only one car, or any Group 3 cars can welcome at any time to participate to be in the Figure 8 circuit in Japan. Let's go join in session to be in the lobby after practice, but also to be having a double feature from round 1 and round 2 for today. I'll make sure I have to keep an eye out on number of entries for only 5, so I have to go with 3 instead. If you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the session down below. Check out the links on the description if you really want to see more. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. The Road to GT7 series continues up in round 2 at Suzuka Circuit. Group 3 category takes off for having 3 requirement tires to be in the mandatory, and we got some good race cars with some different liveries. First up, we have Apex Pizza Chill in first place at the post position, followed by second place Creepy Drifter. Next up, myself with the U.D.R.S livery of the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1, and here we have position number 4 is Freedom Rider 1. Sakura Kumicho 2 is now starting out in 5th place for the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3, and here's the Crazy M80 in 6th place at the go. Sport Pro Ab is now starting out in 7th place for the Hyundai Genesis Group 3, and here's Old W Machines is now ready to start out to be in the Jaguar F-Type, and here's Run Free RMS 13 in 9th place for the Toyota FT1 Vision GT. EO Dude is here in 10th place for the Jaguar F-Type Group 3, and there's Atomic I2 out in 11th place for the Ford GT. Warren Static in 12th place for the Volkswagen Beetle Group 3, and here's MB Gibson 304 in the Mazda Atenza Group 3. Chillin' Kill 2 in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept in 14th place, and there's Robbie Tech in 15th place for the 2016 Lexus RCF GT3 labeled as a prototype. Joe Namal is here in 60th place, and here is Basculi Genius in 17th place choosing with the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1, and here's Bass Ginger 2 in 18th place for the Peugeot RCZ. 19th place driver towards the last, You Are Driving Too Slow is now ready to go. So I hope you guys are about to get everything pumped up to be in the starting grid, but 5 seconds until we're about to hit the green light to be on the go. But it will have to get yourself organized for the number of laps whenever we have to go over to have 2 stops. 3 tires, everything will have to be starting out to be in the second round onto the road to GT7. Here we go, let's do this, and we're about to go on the way to have a nice, wonderful start. Insportec drops down onto 5th place by having a safety measures and goes straight over onto turn number 1. And hold on, looks like this is going to be a contact lineup. Just going to have to go avoid exercise. Collision is going to be needed in case. And we have 2 drivers goes off the track and goes right back by any chances to give some extra space. Luckily for Insportec, just barely survived without getting caught in a collision without losing contact. but it will drop down onto 10th place to be on the patient standby by enter the S curves in sector number 1. Goes over onto sector number 2 to keep things up. Coming in onto the Dunlop curve and rev up onto the RPM by doing some tuning work, and this will be the final race entry for the second round of the road to GT7. There you go, gonna have to go over onto the danger curve, pass underneath the bridge, and moving on into sector number 3 by enter the hairpin. Absolutely very good average, and hold on, looks like You Are Driving Too Slow is coming in by having a quick wrist and press on to be in the next turn, to be on the spoon curve, to be in the 12th turn. That will be very good for the opportunity to catch up for only a single Toyota FT1 Vision GT Gr.3 car driven by Gr.3 RMS 13. And oh boy, looks like Insportec just barely took a single contact on the rear. Gonna have to keep going and master the spoon curve, and goes over to have that overtake. That's the ticket. U.D.R.S Insportec overtakes a Toyota FT1 Vision GT Gr.3 driven by Gr.3 RMS 13 while taking the recovery. That was a very good close call. Practically, it will be doing some good capabilities by having some driving communication. Go over onto the Casco curve onto the final turn in turn number 16 through 18 towards the first lap at the end. And here's Apex Pizza Chill is now taking the fastest lap in 2 minutes and 1 point. He's going in to take the lead. Now comes in after turn 1 and 2 to be in the first turn and goes over onto the S curves again. And there's Freedom Fighter 1 in the scene, and that will have to take the concentration for Insportec in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is also to be suitable as a recommended vehicle for participate in the second round. Still but anyone's game, but the practice will have to make it perfect to join in session in 5 race entries by another chance. So let's see how Insportec can actually try to keep things up without losing a grip. The pressure is the real deal for having the second round until everything will have to do perfection to be part of this video segment on the gameplay. Okay, there you go. Stay on the formation lineup. Moving on into sector number 3 by enter the hairpin. Hold the early braking point at the hairpin. Freedom Fighter 1 in the yellow Aston Martin DBR1 is now going in to be on the side-by-side with Sport Pro-Ab in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3. The yellow DBR9 GT1 and Hyundai Genesis takes on for the epic battle before entered onto the spoon curve to be currently in the middle of the 3rd sector. And hold on, looks like this is going to get a little bit close contact. Better make sure 2 drivers won't make a mistake. There you go, stay on it, stay on track, and oh boy, looks like Freedom Fighter 1 just barely lose control to be dropped down onto 9th place, followed by 2 drivers, MB Gibson 304 in the Mazda Intensa, along with Gr.3 RMS 13 in the Toyota FT1 Vision GT Group 3. Now coming in onto the 4th sector by reaching up onto the out and out, and comes over onto turn 16 through 18 by the final corner. Keep things going out there, folks. Better make sure to organize the number of laps whenever we have to take the first stop. So I hope I could probably have to go with lap number 7 before entered onto the 8th. That will be the first leg by using the Racing Soft compound tires. We'll be doing the first mandatory requirement before doing the medium second, and for the best for the last, hard racing compound will be on the 3rd. So by the second ago, by having a yellow flag signal to be called in, it will have to take a 1-step notice if anything happens to be on the instant replay during the competition. But clearly, it will have to do an average gameplay like any other YouTubers who also enjoy playing GT Sports. And here comes Insportec to be in the scene to be entered onto Sector 2 by the Dunlop curve. Sport Pro-Ab takes the defense while U.D.R.S Insportec of the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 takes the offense to be coming over on to the next turn before at the end of the 2nd sector. Keep going up the pace, moving on towards the hairpin by having a braking point. Changing up the tactics, keeping up the pace, mobility by having some well-adjusted tuning work will have to go improve for the acceleration. We'll have to climb up onto the top 5 position to be in fast effort. Now here comes the spoon curve again. keep things up going to overtake the Hyundai Genesis to catch up with other two vehicles of the Group 3 category. There you go, right at the good respawn, and follow up the slipstream. Take the left side for the overtake, and there you go. U.D.R.S Sportec pushes in to be on the side-by-side with Sport Pro Rev at the straightaway before entered onto sector number 4. Great job, U.D.R.S. The spectators really want to see you can do it. Keep on racing, stay clean to accomplish your goal. After round 1 at Tokyo Expressway, South Interlude for the N300 category was all about having a rough start by choosing any kinds of best vehicle. For example, a Ford GT40 was also to be suitable to be as a recommended vehicle for every GT players to participate, but it's still very good strong car to be well capable to have much fine adjust performance to do a different way. But of course, it also happens all the time whenever it comes around to be in turn number 2 as a heavy hit point. That would be very frustration and disappointed, but just gonna have to keep your cool and keep a little bit calm. It's always about having a competition towards the final step in the year 2022. After taking the S curves in sector number 1, comes right back again in sector number 2. There's the crazy M80 in third place for the same Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 with a different livery color in green-blue color. But that was a very good average design, by the way, but it almost to be giving some similarities like Sportec, but different decals to be well placed. Now coming in onto the hairpin to be passing through, take on turn number 12 to be on the inside to be passed over onto the spoon curve in turn 13 and 14. Here we go again, keep things up a notch. Follow the line and use the apex. Alright, looks like the acceleration kicks things up a bit. Now coming up onto the straightaway to be on the hill by increase the acceleration. The gaps are about to be closing in about 0.1 seconds. Gonna have to go out and out in sector number 4 towards the end of the 4th. Okay, keep things going and keep a follow lined up onto the communication. That was a very good, fantastic run, and still gets a little bit further paces to be on the fastest lap time to be going well achieved. Now let's see how Apex Pizza Chill is doing okay. He's still going on the rush out there, folks. He is going faster to take a longest lead ever yet to be made. And here comes You Are Driving Too Slow coming in after turn number 2 in the first corner to be pressed on to be in the S curves. This will be an excellent battle for second place between 3 Aston Martins. DBR9 GT1 was all about having a best suitable choice to be taking part in the second round onto the road to the GT7 series on Gran Turismo Sport. But you can still welcome at any time whenever you're gonna have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be doing some best racing moments to be part of the FIA Gran Turismo Championship. Especially for the final chapter, also comes in to be joining the party. That's the ticket. U.D.R.S Sportec enters position number 3 by enters sector number 3 to be on the hairpin to be having a good slightly approach. Only 1.5 seconds to go onto the range of the gap. That will be a very good, incredible run out there to see how practice barely tried to do its best out there before moving on towards the final race entry towards the last. Keep things going and now staying on the line. Fuel is at 75% remaining. Better kick it up onto the high gear. Almost there to reach up onto You Are Driving Too Slow. Sector 4, here I come towards the end of lap number 5. And here comes lap number 6 for only the second and third place driver will be coming out onto turn number 16 through 18 at the final corner. That will be much incredible to see how Sportec in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 was actually become the best, strongest Group 3 race car in the Group 3 category. So here comes lap number 6. Better keep things up onto the ropes. The maintain line will have to keep it much longer for the second and third place driver will have to go on the rush. Passing through onto the second turn and go over onto the S-curves. Alright, that should do it. Staying on the inside of the apex. That will be a very good defense to go build up much longer to be on the gap. And here comes sector number 2 to be on the Dunlop curve, and heads up to be coming in onto the danger curve. Keep a good exercise caution by having a good braking point to be on the most respawn. Apex clear. Now coming right back onto sector number 3 to be in the hairpin once again. Alright then. Still gets a little bit maintained out there for U.D.R.S Sportec when currently in third place. You Are Driving Too Slow is still in second position onto the silver, and comes over onto the spoon curve to be in turn number 13 and 14 once again. That was a very good, absolutely distant battle between several GT players, in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1s was also to be featured for today's event. Luckily, however, for every several GT players can actually go with different Gr.3 cars from different manufacturer car brands, but it will be used to be shareable to be typed as Nations Cup and Manufacturer Series to be featured onto the video segment. There you go, right at the spot. And now comes in on to lap number 6. We'll be pressing on, so we have to keep a good low profile check onto the tires. It's going to get a little bit roughly half there, folks. Lap number 7 is going to be the first deadline for U.D.R.S Sportec before moving on into lap number 8. 3 tires to be on the mandatory requirement also comes in to take a risk. And now, after taking a few attempts onto the length of the runs, Sportec of the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is currently to be moving on in second place, but a deadline was also to be used to be temporarily in case of the tire handling is going to be having some issues. Gonna have to stay a little bit careful because Sport Pro Ebb is now coming in about 2.5 seconds to go onto the length of the gap. Gonna have to keep going onto the danger curve. Dive down slowly into the sector 2N. And then moving on into sector number 3 to be in the hairpin once more again twice. That will be the only safe spot. We'll have to keep a good pressure check onto the tires. The soft racing compound tires is going to get a little bit well exhausted left, folks. Better make sure to do the first stop whenever we have to switch over onto 2 choices between the medium or hard racing compound tires. But take your pick. There's no need to have some stress whenever we have to. It's all about improvising our strategies for the second round onto the special championship in the final chapter. This will be the perfect spot to see how things will have to get through. U.D.R.S Sportec is now coming right over onto sector number 4, and we have Apex Pizza Chill is now entered the pits by using the medium racing compound tires. Better make sure if Apex can actually try to choose between the soft or hard racing compound tires to be start out with the medium. And here it comes. The second driver towards the end of the 7th lap. Sportec is now entered to be in the second one until Apex Pizza Chill is now coming out at last. The stop duration will have to be on standby, but remember you guys, no refuel at this moment. Tire change and stop and go whenever we have to. Alright, my crew is all set up by putting up a new different compound and coming out onto the pits. Drop down onto position number 9 before entered onto lap number 8. And here's Fast Ginger 2 is now coming in to be in position number 8 to catch up onto Sakura Kumicho 2 in 7th place. But also don't forget to see some several drivers to be seen to be part of the racing highlights by a replay. This will have to take much further chances to see how clean racing for GT players to be taking part onto the second round. We'll have to do much precisely to be more polite and respectful after the first round in Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop. comes right in onto the danger curve before coming in at the end of sector number 2 to be coming back onto sector 3. The lineup comes in to be in the hairpin at turn number 10 through 11 and keep a good braking position to be on the inside, but no contact whenever we have to keep an eye out if the yellow flag will have to call in. Okay, now looks like Sport Pro Ab is moving on in position number 2, followed by the Crazy M80 is now entered in 3rd place. However, the Crazy M80 could probably have to do the first pit stop by the mandatory in about before at the end of lap number 8 before it comes in onto the 9th. And here's Apex Pizza Chill once again, folks, entered to the 9th. Keep going straight and goes right over onto turn number 1 again at the first corner. There you go. That was a very good average run, and several drivers are rushing in to take the battle to be on the stage. Come on, let's see how everybody can do it. And there's the Crazy M80 enter the pits, followed by Sport Pro Ab along with Atomic I2Sir is now joining in by having a medium racing compound tires to be in the yellow type. Press on for Insportec by enter the 9th lap and moving on into 5th place automatically, while 3 drivers are enter the pits will be switched over onto soft or hard racing compound tires by the choice. And here comes the S-curves. U.D.R.S Insportec has the best mobility to gain opportunity, will have to do successful to keep a good well improved. Gonna have to get closer on to Fast Ginger 2 in the Pesciat RC Set Group 3 by entered Sector 2 to be in the Dunlop curve. Almost there. Coming right back onto the danger curve. Stay right over by touching the apex and pull the brake again. Going underneath the bridge and head out onto Sector 3. Fantastic run and fantastic rush. This will have to take a good running step effort to be going in onto the comeback for this part of the championship series after round 1 in Tokyo Expressway for the N300 category by using the Ford GT40 with the same U.D.R.S Insportec livery in a different design. This, however, the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 was U.D.R.S Insportec first selected Gr.3 car as a GT1 Class race car would be suitable for the competition, but it will be well depends to see how Insportec can actually use the DBR9 GT1 in Gran Turismo 7. But the answer is, it will give a correct yes indeed. So now here's Apex Pizza Chill coming in onto the pit by having a hard racing compound tires to be well saluted and switched over onto the racing stop, and hold on, looks like Sakura Komichiro 2 is now entered the pits by having a 0.5 second penalty. This makes bad news to be having some further investigation to be on the instant replay. So let's keep an eye out to see how the replay will be going in to be part of the highlights. 6 more to go by the remaining. Now we're entered lap number 10, and Insportec of the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 with the U.D.R.S team are now pressing on to take the rush to catch up on to Fast Ginger 2 in the Pesciat RC Set Group 3. But still gets a lot of paces yet to go on the acceleration throttle to be on a good correct balance. Now comes in on to the Dunlop curve again in Sector 2. Keep going up in about 1.2 seconds remaining onto the gap. Dive in, rev up and pull the brake, and rev up again to be on the hairpin in Sector 3. Come on, keep things up a notch. Take the inside of the apex and rev it up onto the first gear to go over onto the second gear. Fast Ginger 2 in the Pesciat RC Set Group 3 is going faster by the upper hand to be entered on third turn 13 at the spoon curve before coming in onto turn number 14. But Insportec will have to stay on the chase to be in the battle for 3rd place. It will be doing much incredible to see how faster between the FR and the MR in 2 different manufacturer car brands in the European category. but it's also to be well endorsed to see how U.D.R.S can actually try to keep things up faster with a fully well performance to be well capable to take on with mid-engine Gr.3 cars. Now coming in on to the Cascade Triangle in turn 16 to 18. Fast Ginger 2 is now into the pits by having a medium racing compound tires to be switched over onto one more tire remaining to be on the main mandatory. And here it goes for U.D.R.S Insportec to be in the third position to be coming right back once again. Incredible and fantastic to be on the comeback spot. Better keep an eye out because lap number 15 is going to be the deadline for only one tire left. Otherwise, the 1 minute penalty will have to be called in, so we have to take our time and do a number of laps will be on a reminder notice. It's almost going well further up ahead for you are driving too slow in position number 2. 10 seconds onto the gap is going to be very much longer. However, if U.D.R.S Insportec can actually keep on driving until lap number 15 comes before the final lap, this will have to do much determination to take a risky choice for only different position. We'll have to do one last race entry before the video segment will have to be on the check mark for having a highlights. Come on, just gonna have to go in on to turn number 13 and 14 at the spoon curve. Keep coming further out there, folks. I hope everything is going to be alright. Quality is doing well checked. Keep going straight. And now coming right back onto sector 4 by an out and out in turn number 10 to be reached up onto turn 15 and go over onto the Cascade Triangle in turn 16 to 17 and the final step in turn number 18. Alright, lap number 12, 4 more to go by the remaining. You are driving too slow is still getting much longer out there in 10 seconds onto the gap. U.D.R.S Insportec is still doing the same, and the spectators are really appreciate to see how Insportec of Team U.D.R.S in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is going faster to be in the top 3 position. But however, several opponents will have to keep much on going by doing one more pit stop remaining before enter to the finish line by having a all clear check. Now here comes sector number 2 to be in the Dunlop curve before coming right back onto the danger curve. Keep a good steady pace and pull over onto the next turn at the right. Going underneath the bridge at the end of sector 2. Now comes right back onto sector 3 to take the hairpin again. There you go. Looks like the point decimal onto 10 seconds is going to get a little bit decreased and comes right back onto the increase. And here's Gr.3 RMS 13 in the Toyota FT1 Vision GT Group 3 is entered onto position number 4 by overtake Fast Ginger 2 in the Pescia RCZ Group 3 to be dropped down onto position number 5. But looks like Sport Pro F is now going right in to be in the hairpin to be passed over to catch up onto Fast Ginger and Gr.3 RMS 13. Passing through onto turn number 12, we'll have to stay on the line of the slipstream before coming in onto the spoon curve. And Insportec is still pressing on to be in the out and out section before coming right back onto the Cascade Triangle in turn 16 to 18. There you go, looks like this one might have to do the same and added up 1 second increase for you are driving too slow in second place. 3 more to go, folks. Lap number 13 is on the way. Gonna have to dive down and keep pressing up. Hold the steady grip. Medium compound racing tires is gonna be doing much longer before switch back over to be in the hard. Alright, there you go. but still got 0.9 seconds to be well increased. But it's going to get a little bit loosening up onto the defense, folks. Gr.3 RMS 13 is still tries to catch up onto U.D.R.S Sportec in about 5 seconds remaining. But it will have to take an eyes check to be on the gap, because the building up defense is always taking a tough risk for U.D.R.S Sportec, and the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is still actually trying to keep things up by the ropes. Come on, just gonna have to go over there. There you go. Just gonna have to stay on track of the grip. Don't go off the track. The apex will have to use the save point. Heads up, folks. Looks like You Are Driving Too Slow is coming in onto the pits by having a medium compound tires will be switched over onto the hard at any second. That makes U.D.R.S Sportec and the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 has the opportunity to be pressed on in second place. That's the ticket. Lap number 14 is coming in, nearly there, and about 2 more to go by the remaining. But it will have to do much possible by taking 2 choices to be on the deadline. The pit stop is going to be a hard choice, so I have to make sure to use it wisely. Otherwise, different position will have to be dropped down automatically by any other GT players to be pressed on to be in a different position to climb up onto the top. Just gonna have to keep on trying, folks. Second tire usage, we'll have to save it towards the last. Come on, just gonna go in there and take the danger curve, slow and steady, and coming right over onto sector number 3. Onto the last minute, Gr.3 RMS 13 in the Toyota FT1 Vision GT Group 3 is getting closer in about 3 seconds behind the range of the gap for Sportec of the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is getting closer. However, it will have to take much further time until the fuel usage will be coming out in about 25% remaining. But it will have to take a little bit much patient time out there, but don't get rushed up or getting too much stress. That's what we need to do to keep a concentrated focus around the track. And looks like this will have to give a much possibility check on Apex Pizza Chill is going much stronger in 32 seconds onto the long length of the gap before entered onto lap number 15. This will be a very good successful first place winner to see how Apex Pizza Chill can actually take home the podium until it reaches up onto the finish line. Almost there, folks. Gonna have to take lap number 15. We'll be coming in to take the risk. And here it comes. The deadline comes in for U.D.R.S Sportec and the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is now entered onto the 15th lap. 1 more to go by the remaining. It will have to take the risk. Better make sure that one last tire will be using the last resort. We'll have to call in to be pressed on to be in the final finish line until the results will be applied to be called in without having a 1-minute penalty. Better keep on going. S-Curves will be doing the Master Skill Expert for the Group 3 cars before entered again onto Sector 2 by reaching up onto the Dunlop curve. There you go. Stay on the defense and keep pushing forward to be in the medium compound racing tires. And Gr.3 RMS 13 in the Toyota FT1 Vision GT Group 3 is getting closer by 2 seconds, and it's decreased into 1.8 seconds remaining. Comes right back onto Sector 3 by enter the hairpin and build up again onto 2 seconds. Decreased shortly in 1.5 seconds and now gained up onto 1.6. Gr.3 RMS 13 is going faster to be on the offense before U.D.R.S Sportec will have to proceed over onto the final lap by enter the pits will be switched over onto the hard racing compound tires will be suitable to be on the recommend. But I mean, looks like it's UR driving too slow and Fast Ginger 2, and then the others are now coming in from behind to catch up onto Hyperion-Blue-GT in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is getting closer to take one last chance. But it was incredible to see how Sportec is staying much longer before entered onto turn 16 through 18 at the Catskill Triangle. But here it comes right now, one more pit stop. Let's make a count and proceed over onto the finish line. This is it. This is gonna be it. It's gonna be having some second and third place driver will be moving on to be in the final lap. It's UR driving too slow and Fast Ginger 2 in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 and the Peugeot RCZ Group 3. Followed by Mercedes-Benz in 4th place and more drivers coming in by having 2 drivers enter the pits who switched over onto the different tire compound. And there it goes. This is it. This is all comes down to this. Better make sure if we could probably have to get through this, bring these cars over to the finish line for having a good lineup check to be on the verification. Gonna have to keep on trying because there's the crazy M80 in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 in the light blue color is now pressing on into the S curves. That would be much incredible to see how Apex Pizza Chill is now going in to take the final stretch. You can do it, Apex. Your fans are counting on you to take home the podium. Now here comes the final sector. This will be much incredible to see how Apex can actually take home the podium to see how everything goes. And UR driving too slow is staying on an ongoing rush in position number 2. And we have ourselves a winner for the Road to GT7 series in round 2, folks. It's Apex Pizza Chill and the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 takes the win by the goal. Apex Pizza Chill wins the race in round 2 at Suzuka Circuit. That was incredible. Now that's competition for Apex Pizza Chill, folks. That was an incredible, long-going first place victory win. Now it's only down to only 30 seconds remaining, so gonna have to keep a good time left and go faster to be on the rush. Apex Pizza Chill is unstoppable. Incredible. Pizza Chill is unstoppable to have the second round to be featured onto the Road to GT7 series. He can actually to be part of the championship event to be in Gran Turismo 7. 10 seconds left. Better hurry up because the deadline will be called in towards the last. 3, 2, 1, and looks like it's time over. Incredible. Good job, folks. Luckily for position number 6 for U.D.R.S Sportec before entered the finish line, and we got ourselves a perfect spotlight to be on the clean race. 106 points to be well earned, and that's a very good competition before the time runs out. Wow. That was a very long, exhausted race in round 2, folks. Just like round 1 at Tokyo Expressway was actually turns out to be as a typical start. But clearly, however, I was so close to be in 5th place before entered onto the top 3 position, but it was ongoing and struggling to be on the most epic battle in Suzuka Circuit for the Group 3 category. So we have ourselves a winner in round 2, folks. Apex _Pizza _Chill. Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 2010 with a different livery comes in to be in 1st place at the podium. Incredible. Very incredible to have a best lap in 1 minute 57.875 seconds in lap number 11. So congratulations for Apex Pizza Chill for having a good incredible win, along with Fast Ginger 2 in the Peugeot RCZ Group 3 and UR driving too slow. So you see, folks, Best Recommend Group 3 cars comes in with tuning work. It's all about having some improved performance onto the balance of performance with power and weight, we'll be doing much suitable to see how capable to see different Group 3 cars can actually master the track with different performance to be well improved. So I hope the replay is going to be perfectly to be part of the highlights in round 2 before moving on into round 3. 2 down, 2 more to go. Okay viewers, looks like it's time for me to have an after racing report on round 2 in Suzuka Circuit. In the first race entry that I participate to be suitable to be in the recommend car in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 with the U.D.R.S Insportec livery. However, I ended up in 4th place by having a good spotting position by saving a replay is also to be included. The second entry, it's going to be very challenging, so we have to make sure to do some communication during the competition. But I ended up onto a different middle position before climbing up onto the top 5 position is going to be very struggle whenever we have to keep a little bit more careful. And also for the final entry, 6th place. 6th place by having a best spot out there. We'll be climbing up by having an increased driver rating. We'll be getting closer on to driver rating A. But trust your way folks, it's going to get nearly there. For having B rank, we'll have to go up higher. We'll be doing a little bit more patient or doing some more practice whenever I have to do everything I can. So that makes round 2 is going to be perfectly complete, and we're heading up into round 3 on next Saturday, February 19, 2022. We're going in to be at Red Bull Ring Short Track by using a Gran Turismo Racing Car 125 shifter to be in the 1-make category. Do your best out there folks, and make sure the tuning is available, so we have to do some goodwill improvement onto the transmission gear. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo Sport folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like U.D.R.S Livery, Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo Sport, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.